He signed all the documents.
Oh,
Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is in session for the special review docket set on today's date of July 14 of 2022. First case that we're calling is Malik Deshaun Sims, cause number 332746. Mr. Sims, would you please come forward? Mr. Sims, would you please stand on the X in front of the bench? Mr. Sims, your full name is Malik Deshaun Sims.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Sims? You doing fine? Now, Mr. Sims, this case is set today, and you had a felony case. I see that was set today, but that case was reset. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Clerk, what is the reset date? I think she said it was 17? Okay, Mr. Sims, your case, this case is gonna be reset with your felony cases. And that reset date of your felony cases is August 17 of 2022.
Yes, sir.
Now, on that date, you're gonna have to do like you did today. Come to this court first and to check in, and then go take care of your felony case. And when you finish in your felony case, you're gonna come back to this court to let us know what happened in the felony case.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Sims, our court coordinator is gonna reset your case. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Please stand on the 4X.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We have the paperwork.
Jury's ready.
Drew? Okay, next case is called, Wimrick Drew. Wimrick Drew. Mr. Drew, okay, your attorney is here in court, Mr. Langston Adams. Mr. Drew, have the bailiff to take your mic off of mute. We're getting ready to do Mr. Drew.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
You can sign for me, Mr. Simmons, right there. You can't see, but I can.
Okay, that's,
Hello?
yeah, that's good, that's fine. This is cause number 324763. The case is style of state of Texas versus Wimrick Drew.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Drew, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Drew, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Drew, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Drew, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Drew?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Drew, you're represented in your case by your attorney Langston Adams, who is here in court. Mr. Adams, how are you doing?
Doing well.
Mr. Adams, do you waive a record in Mr. Drew's case?
Sure.
Mr. Drew, the state is represented in this case by attorney Tommy Coben. Attorney Coben, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor.
Mr. Drew, I have before me a document that has been filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This document is an information. The information that has been filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office alleges that on or about August 28th of 2016, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Second, now, furthermore, prior to the commission of this offense, the information alleges that you, Wimrick Drew, on March 13 of 2001, in County Court at Law number 3 of Jefferson County, Texas, in cause number 219575 that you were convicted of the misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. And this conviction became final prior to the commission of this present offense. Mr. Drew, is that true?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Drew, to the offense of driving while intoxicated second, how did you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no?
Yes.
Guilty?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Drew, I have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor information, the misdemeanor plea admonishments. On this document, Mr. Drew, it states that you were pleading no contest.
No, I'm guilty. I'm guilty.
Huh?
I'm guilty.
Okay, but I mean, we can't send that out back out to him.
No, Mr. Drew, do you remember we talked about no contest
Hold
last
on,
night?
hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, sir. You're right. You're right.
Okay,
That's right. You're right. Yes, sir.
okay, so Mr. Drew, are you pleading no contest?
Yes, sir.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Drew, I also have before me, as I mentioned earlier, a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishments. On page 2 of this document, there's a set of initials next to an X on a line where it says that the initials are WD.
Yes,
And
sir.
it's also next to a box that's checked nola contingere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Mr. Drew, did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, Mr. Drew, this document is titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. At the bottom of this document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir.
Now, at the top of this same document, Mr. Drew, there is one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Drew, did you sign a document out there on paper that
Yes,
is
sir.
titled the trial court certification? Well, the discovery certification, okay.
Yes, sir.
And I have that document before me. Now, Mr. Drew, before you sign all of these documents that I've just mentioned to you, did your attorney, Mr. Adams, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the
Yes, sir.
best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Drew, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. You like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Judge. State offer states one.
And also have State's Exhibit, well, I also have the probable cause affidavit before me, and the court is going to take judicial notice of the probable cause affidavit. Mr. Adams, do you have any objections?
No.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibit number 1 is admitted in court taking judicial notice of the probable cause affidavit. Now, Mr. Adams, you have advised and counseled Mr. Drew. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None.
Mr. Drew, your attorney, Mr. Adams, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Drew, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea of no contest in this case, the state's recommending confinement for a period of 30 days, and we're not opposed to the court giving the defendant any time that he is entitled to by law.
Okay. Mr. Drew, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail.
Yes, sir.
You will be given credit for any time that you are entitled to get by law. Now, the court cost in this case, Mr. Drew, the court cost in this case, Mr. Drew, is $497. Mr. Drew, will you be able to pay the $497?
Today, cash money
Yeah, would you, yes,
to get out?
yeah, would you be able to pay it?
No, sir.
Okay. What about the magistrate?
I looked at, looking at right now. It says he was in town, but it's not an affidavit.
Okay, Mr. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, now, Mr. Drew, I just need to ask you some, a few questions. Mr. Drew, are you employed? Do you have employment?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, do you receive any type of governmental benefits?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, let's see. What about your expenses? Do you have any expenses?
No, sir.
All right. Now, Mr. Drew, based on the information that you provided to the court is going to find that you are indigent and pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, your court costs will be waived. That means you will not have to pay it. Do you understand that?
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, Mr. Drew, do you understand the state's offer and the court's findings?
Yes, sir.
And do you think it's fair? Is it are you accepting the offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think it's fair and just?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Drew,
Sir.
the court is going to follow your plea bargain agreement. The court makes the finding that you are indigent and that the court costs will be waived in this court pursuant to Article 42.15.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Now, Mr. Drew, this will conclude your case. You'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you, sir. You have a blessed day too.
All right, you're welcome.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. We have minutes. Chavez. Okay, Chavez is next. Maria Chavez.
Maria.
This is cause number 332. You missed the number on here. Cause number 332224. The case is style of State of Texas versus Maria Magdalena Chavez. Ms. Chavez, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Chavez, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Chavez, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will help you God?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Chavez, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Chavez?
Okay.
You doing okay? That's good. Now, Ms. Chavez, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, do you waive a record in Ms. Chavez's case?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Chavez, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This information alleges that on or about December 19th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of failure to identify a fugitive from justice. Ms. Chavez, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Ms. Chavez, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
You meant no contest.
Okay,
last
Ms.
night.
Chavez, I have before me, the document that I have before me that purports to be signed by you has some initials on a line that says no contest or no contingent.